What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back to another video, and today Drew Brees officially retired. So I thought, out of respect for him, and of course respect for the idea that Saints organization is definitely pivoting now, I want to drop a mock draft for you guys. So this is gonna be a 7 round Saints mock draft. I hope you guys do enjoy it. We're just gonna get hopping right into it. If you guys are new, like, comment, subscribe. Use all the codes down below. Again, we got Twitter if you guys want to see all the stuff that I've been doing, scouting reports, everything. Getting all 22 tape today or tomorrow, that's pretty big because that means I'm actually going to be able to see what the coaches see, and that's huge for me. I'm seeing a couple guys come off the board that usually don't, like Quiddy Pay to the Chargers, but yeah, I mean, hopefully JOK could fall to us. That would be a dream if JOK could fall to us. But regardless, obviously you guys can use my code for Manscaped. It's we're trying to get by April 1st. Holy shit, JOK is on the board. We're trying to get like 10 code uses by the 1st of April, and we've gotten one so far. We've got a couple people saying they're going to be using it, so definitely get on that train. We're trying to get 3K subs by draft day. Obviously, do we even need to talk about this? JOK is the pick. He's somebody who can work as a slot corner if you need him to, work in that rangy linebacker role. He might not be an enforcer, but we could probably get an enforcer in the later rounds. Again, I would look at a guy like Kadarius Toney here as well. Both of these guys are excellent options, but JOK to me is just a perfect fit because you do need pretty much, you will eventually need safety help anyways. So like safety, linebacker, and some corner help. He can fit all of those. And then you can also use some extra help on the outside linebacker spot. Big fan of that. But yeah, just trying to get to 3K by draft day. That would just be a huge goal for me to get. It doesn't need to happen, but that's okay. It's perfectly fine. I'm going to be producing content regardless for you guys, and I want to produce some good stuff. It would just be nice to be able to hit that number. 3K by draft day just sounds really nice, and we're closing in on 40 days until we got about like what 840 no, not 840, 860 or 70 more to go. So I want you guys to hit that sub button, keep rocking it. So now for the Saints, we got to be rocking with either a wide receiver or else we got to go corner. Looking at the corners on the board, that's tough. I'm looking at Tyson Campbell here though. I'm eyeballing the fuck out of Tyson Campbell. But I'm going to look at the wide receivers. I honestly think we can get a Tylan Wallace or Seth Williams in the next round. I don't think we can pass up on Tyson Campbell. Tyson, I have an early second on him. I think that if he works with somebody like a Marshawn Lattimore who can actually tell him how not to grab as much, he'll be perfectly fine. He's the third best man corner in the class, in my opinion, not factoring in athleticism. He could even be, depending on, of course, the 40 time for I'm bugging Surtain. If Surtain is anywhere above 4'6", maybe Tyson Campbell might be my number 2 man corner in in scheme independence ideas. Like obviously certain schemes would be more beneficial, but we got to get Tyson Campbell there. If you're losing Jano and you just have Janoris Jenkins and then you just have Marshawn Lattimore, you need to emphasize that. But we're getting great value there, in my opinion. On my board, he's probably in the 40s, so getting him there around like that 50th pick is absolutely a great value, especially with how offensive centric our NFL has become. It's a new ball game. I was hoping Tylan Wallace would fall. He is not, but that's okay. There's plenty of great guys. I might even take Chaz Surratt anyways, or Keith Taylor. We need so many help. We need so much help. That'd be a great pick right there for, of course, the Bills. Being able to get Keith Taylor. But I was looking at maybe getting one more linebacker here, but unfortunately, not really going to be the case. The only guy left is McGrone, and then I mean we could go after Justin Hilliard to be a potential guy in the middle. But right now, this is an obvious pick to me. This might be one of my favorite guys. Well, actually, I have a late third on him. That's a funny thing, but I think his potential might push him up a little bit. Again, also watching what's his name, Bo Nix, like throw the ball horrifically. I probably warmed up a little bit more to Seth Williams' catching ability. But this next spot, we could potentially see the loss of I'm pretty sure I already saw Kyle Trask where I went, but could potentially see the loss of Jared Cook. But I don't know if Hunter Long's going to be the right guy for that. We might want to be looking at another linebacker here with Cameron McGrone. If we want to see his size, he's not going to be the biggest dude, but he's going to be able to allow some. I mean, also, we're kind of dealing with an issue. Okay, let's simplify this. Cameron McGrone could play inside linebacker. I'm not really confident that JOK could. I think JOK could be a great guy for slot/linebacker hybrid, which is what Rover role is. And then again, I really trust the Saints to use him properly. But the inside linebacker role is still empty. It's still empty. And we got to look at tackles as well because we're potentially losing both of our starting tackles next draft. That being said, I think that we probably should go Cameron McGrone here. You guys won't like it because I'm going two corners. I mean, one corner and then two linebackers. What? Wait, we got one corner. Oh yeah, one corner, two linebackers, wide receiver. We're right. I see round three, and I think that we've only picked two guys. I think Cameron McGrone needs to be a pick here. Ardarius Washington would be a great guy to eventually replace Marcus Williams in the back. But honestly, I think Cameron McGrone might be able to grow into the linebacker role, and then JOK could move back to the Marcus Williams role and then play that. I'm going to be going Cameron McGrone here. Again, it's just too good a value. I don't like him too much in the run game, but he does have a lot of potential. I don't think he's 105 bad, man. Like, it's a little bit disrespectful. He is pretty much a worse version of Devin Bush. Not to be cheap, but like when I saw him play, he looked a lot like Devin Bush. And I was a pretty big fan on him. I was like, damn, he's fast and everything. He just gets pushed around the run game a bit. So I don't really see that the reason for that much hate on him. But I mean, we're the ones benefiting, right? Why not? So at this next pick, I'm going to be probably looking at a safety here. Talanoa Hufanga would be a pretty good option. Ambry Thomas could be another guy since we really don't have any talent at cornerback except our two starters. We could definitely do that. If you guys want to get a guy like Rashad Weaver to do in a rotation role, you do have Davenport, who has been injured a lot, as well as Cam Jordan. There's your bookend defensive ends. So I don't know if you really want to get an extra guy, especially when there's some big holes on your roster. Let's look at the offensive tackles here. You got Brady Christensen, and I think I'm going to pull this trigger, guys. I don't think we have the money to re-sign Teron Armstead as well as Ryan Ramczyk next year. Their contracts both expire in 2022. So I'm looking at the safeties. I'm like, okay, I might be able to get Caden Stearns later on, who just ran a 4.4 flat. I do have the option to basically go on the interior defensive line. You guys have a good enough interior defensive line. There's no real reason for it. And then corner wise, we could of course go Ambry Thomas, who's a really good talent there. But I think that there's nothing better than getting Brady Christensen and letting him grow for a year under Armstead. And heck, you could probably you could potentially trade one of your tackles at the trade deadline if your season isn't going too well to a team that might want to compete or is on the verge of a playoff run and get another pick there. And then you have your starter, and then you're just pretty much getting a first or two first round picks for your stud tackles that you can't afford anymore. Instead of cutting guys, get some value for them. Like these compensatory picks are not going to be as good as the values you can get for actually trading one of these star players. Again, you got one more year left on these dudes' contracts. You really need to focus on being able to plan for the future. If Rashad Weaver would fall to us, which of course he didn't, then we would have taken him there. Absolutely. If you guys are thinking that I'm trying to avoid edge, definitely not. It's just I don't believe that there was an actual big need at edge for us to go. I'm so targeting Divine Diablo. Oh, son of a bitch. I was so targeting Divine Diablo if he actually fell further. We didn't have a 5th round pick. If you guys could, I'm pretty sure that might have been for Quan Alexander. You guys could let me know on that one. I'm pretty sure it was. So it's a lost pick. Love that. But probably we're going to get that back in like the next year's draft eventually, just as a compensatory. But this is a lot of me talking about random shit that doesn't matter. Somebody to look at is Rashad Wildgoose, who just apparently broke the top 100 for PFF. So again, somebody to definitely look at and somebody to definitely check out. Same thing with Garrett Wallow. That's my guy Mason thought that he was pretty damn good. So haven't seen him with my own eyes. We'll see how that goes, but we'll see how everything develops. Right here, this is a good spot for either a safety or else an edge player. Obviously, I didn't expect the safeties to all come off the board. If I did see where did he go? DeMar Hamlin. If DeMar Hamlin were still on the board, I'd take him in a heartbeat. But he's not. And our safety core is fine enough for this coming year. Slot corner wise, I know we have Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. For you guys who are already commenting that, I already know that you do. But just like the idea that if you need two slots, you can run with a rover roll. Patrick Johnson, to me, has to be his pick. Big fan of the Tulane boys. Both of them are really talented players. I like Cam Sample a little bit more, but in round 6, if you get Patrick Johnson, you can't say no. And I try to have some new interesting picks in here because there's a lot of dudes who just fall due to the algorithm, and I'd rather not end up like just kind of being a boring ass and just doing that. I'm looking at Cade Johnson for this next pick, by the way. If he actually falls, I'm 100% taking him there. He's a pretty damn cool player. I could possibly take him. I honestly am starting to think, well, good thing. Well, he's not there anymore. I'm pretty sure I just drafted him the other day. So, I was like, "Ooh, maybe we could get him." Then probably not. We'll see if we even have a pick. I don't even know if we have a pick. Probably just talking out my ass this entire time. Don't even have a 7th round pick, but we shall see. Hopefully, like, that pick right there is ours, and it's not. So, I guess that's the draft, guys. I was planning on trying to draft one more dude, but we don't get a 7th round pick. However, we did get some great value with the picks that we did. JOK fell, so that's positive. He falls in my drafts as well. Tyson Campbell there. We filled up that cornerback role. We can, of course, it's a deep corner class. This is why I'm talking about free agency, pre-free agency coming up in 3 days. We'll see what happens. We'll redo these drafts. Seth Williams. I mean, whew, I don't care how many wide receivers you get. If you get Seth Williams in the third, he's gonna be gone in the second. That's all I'm gonna say. Karen McGrone. I mean, how the hell did he fall too? I mean, we got a really good linebacking core again. Brady Christensen, Patrick Johnson. You guys are definitely going to be great in the long haul. You're getting some young talent that will last a long time, that your team will definitely be comfortable being able to have cheaper contracts on the roster. So let me know what you guys think. I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the far side. Peace.